Hi, it's Meredith. I'm here with our message for Monday, the 16th of September, 2019. We're using the Morgan Greer Tarot for our message today. This deck is something else. It has this little, come hither, you want to shuffle me today energy about it from the tarot cupboard, for real. I can't walk by it. It just does that every time I walk by, and then I finally will pull it off the shelf. And I say finally because it's happened so many times that I will shuffle this deck forever before cards fall out. So we eventually did get some today. Let's take a look at them. Our card from the bottom is the King of Pentacles. He's one of my favorite kings because he's so self-aware. He's awake, intelligent, alert. Kings and queens bring us their self-mastery. So they are highlighting what's in the energy atmosphere for us in terms of self-mastery, what's on offer to us in that realm. So he brings us stability, grounded self-awareness, and bounty, fertility, wisdom, experience, and his best quality. And this is my true reason for loving this king so much, is his presence. He brings us in touch with our presence. And he's a natural course corrector. He doesn't panic. He doesn't flinch, this one. And, he may see something arrive in the now, or develop or unfold in the now that looks less than favorable in that moment. And as I said, he doesn't flinch, he doesn't panic. Instead, he expands and course corrects because he does have an eye on the horizon. He is looking toward long-term happiness, fulfillment, and he understands that what's going on in the now is the contributing factor to just that. So he'll course correct and adapt. He's flexible in the way that he thinks and how he orchestrates and conducts his realm, his life. So this is what he has on offer to us today, and we may find ourselves in exactly those circumstances. So it's not a time to flinch or panic or go into anxiety. It is a time instead to remain in our grounded self-awareness and course correct as needed. There's also a feeling on this card today of taking a step, taking an action in the direction of a goal and a dream. We have all the courage and the wisdom and experience to do that. And if we were seeing the Knight of Pentacles, we'd be standing there in a pause. And while we have the King here, who may be pausing, he's still acting. He's still taking an action. He hasn't stopped. And that's what I feel is flowing into the day for us. We may pause, we may take a look at the horizon, we may course correct, but we are making strides toward our fulfillment, our goal, and our dream. I feel, even though he's not a cup being offered, I feel that there's an offer in the day for us. We're either making one or receiving one. Ooh. And our first card is the Moon. Oh gosh, I love this card. Thank you, Morgan Greer. I know I'm giving you a hard time here at the beginning of the reading, but it's worth the wait in the shuffle, we'll say. Because here we have the Moon. This is our intuition amplified. We've just passed through a Pisces full moon, so there's intuition just laying all over the place. If we want to pick up on it, right? So many times I hear readers refer to the Moon in its definition as secrets, lies, deception. In my heart of hearts, I just don't ever feel that off this card. I feel a strong connection instead to the Temperance card. There's alchemy here because the Moon is borrowed light of the Sun. And while the Sun will show us things in brilliant clarity, the Moon will show us things in shadow, and it will encourage us deeply into our intuition. So in the light of the Sun, you could be staring at something. It could be right under your nose and you wouldn't see it, but the moon will cast a different glow, and then there it is in all of its brilliance. And there's the epiphany to go with it. And that's what I feel is happening here with the moon card today. So we're taking a step in the direction of our goals and dreams. And we may be course correcting, and it's happening organically because there's no panic. There's no hamster wheel happening here. It's not a mental process. It's really an intuitive process, and we're just flowing naturally into it. Aren't those just some of the most rewarding moments, too? When there was no real thought, there was just flow. And then in hindsight, when you recall them, you see the miracle of it. That's the energy I feel here between these two cards. Ooh, and then it's backed up by the High Priestess. Yeah. This is so wonderful. There is no hamster wheel here. It's not something we're agonizing over mentally. There's not a sword to be seen at this moment, which is beautiful. And the High Priestess, she's the intuitive light at the end of the tunnel. And she doesn't ever just hand you the answer. She points the way, she guides. And by listening to that intuitive compass from within, we find ourselves creating a miracle in the now that really does pay reward toward our long-term happiness. Our High Priestess, too, brings us the message of discretion. Don't overshare. This is one of those days where we will not be doing the TMI thing. So, which is excellent. Because as these miraculous moments unfold and there's no real forethought about them, there is true, organic, intuitive response to it. There's not a whole lot of talking going on ahead of time. It just blossoms in front of us. The time for sharing will come later. That's what I feel off the High Priestess. Though I do feel guided to pull a couple more cards. We'll see. Ooh, and now a king sandwich on the table. Not just any king. Hey, now we've got the King of Wands. I love this guy. I know. I love them all, I suppose. Anyway, he is passion and fire and creativity. He's got an entrepreneurial spirit, this one. And he's one who I would say can make something out of nothing. He's extremely resourceful. What a great balance of masculine, feminine energy here, too, on the table. You have so much of the feminine here with the moon and the High Priestess, and then beautiful harmony here with these two kings. The King of Wands, he's going to encourage us into our wild and free spirit and our joy, our laughter, fun. He's the one who'd be the center of attention, you know, the great storyteller in the room, and somewhat intoxicating, you know, you can't pull yourself away, which is wonderful because we have the grounded self-awareness over here, being very grounded, being very intuitive and gregarious, wild and free all at the same time. That's quite an energy buffet for all of us in the day. I feel a sense of adventure in the day. I feel, without seeing the 10 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, the Ace of Cups, well, there's a first. We haven't seen that in the reading today. I do feel a sense of dreams coming true. I do want to clarify the Moon and the High Priestess. And here's our card for the Moon. We have the 8 of Wands. Okay, so grounded self-awareness within our intuitive gifts brings about swift discovery. This is fast-moving energy. This is energy downloading for us. And I really have to, my guides are saying, please do reiterate that everything is unfolding organically. There's not a ton of forethought. We haven't planned anything out. It's just surprise, delight, and aha, here it is. And it is a step in the direction of what we're holding in our heart space, what's in our goals and dreams. in terms of fulfillment for now and the oncoming. And it's in passion. Grounded passion here too, which is beautiful. It means that we're not like the Fool in tarot. We're not lacking experience here. And we've already paid consequences many times over. So having done that, we do have an emperor, empress-like quality here in these two kings. We have confidence and courage, and we're trusting ourselves. So the intuitive download is going to be hard to miss. I mean, with the moon and the high priestess, you'll be tripping over your intuition today. In the best of ways, though. All right, let's take a look at the high priestess. I'd like to clarify her. We've got cards turning over in the deck. Interesting combination. We have the Queen of Wands. We've got a match set here now. This queen, she's fire, passion. She's got all the same qualities as the king. And on top of it all, she's very direct. There's no verbal clutter with this one. She tells it like it is. Straight shooter. That's what my guides and angels are saying about her. And she's rather unfiltered. She's not discompassionate or unkind. She just gives you the real story. So when she speaks, she means what she says. Listen to her. And listen with your presence. Listen with your intuition. Because this is how the Eight of Wands gets delivered. It's through this fiery, feisty, feminine queen. And then coming with her is... I thought that was the Chariot for just a moment, but it's the Six of Wands. Success, victory. So let's just say there's a touch of the Chariot on that today. This is homecoming to the self. And again, that feeds into the energy that I'm feeling about this organic adaptation of the energy today. We're just navigating it so beautifully without a huge mental process and not a lot of ego either. We're speaking from the heart, we're acting from the heart, and we're moving in a divinely dramatic way deeper into the goals and dreams we hold in our heart space. And we're talking about it. Now, the High Priestess would have us use some discretion. But here with the Queen of Wands, they strike a balance together. We'll share just enough to be very clear, and conversation will be fulfilling. That's the feeling here. And the conversation won't end either. You may pause, you may move on from it, but you'll come back around to it. And whatever it is in the conversation today, in our interactions, our communication, it's swift, it's quick, and it's unifying. It brings us all closer together. Beautiful. I'm loving that. All right, let's move on to angel answers. Let these cards be a fresh reading within the reading. Let them answer a question if you've got one. Or let them be a confirmation to something you're holding in your heart. When I started this reading, it was 4:44 a.m. And we've seen that look for a sign card out of Angel Answers. That's one of my signs. It's a number I see on the clock. I see it on license plates. I see it on mailboxes. Yeah. I'm sharing it because I feel our day will be laden with signs, and numerology is a great way to get messages. So, whoa. All right. Peaceful resolution. Excellent. Coming with that is big happy changes. One of my favorites because, as I tell you, it's the happy that makes the big changes. Yeah, that's right here. It's with the it's wrapped up in the king sandwich here. We've got peaceful resolution, And what I feel here is that the energy of this queen and her directness, the way she shares in an unfiltered, no verbal clutter kind of way, it brings peaceful resolution to us. Like, oh, relief. Thank goodness we had that conversation, because it's created a really big and happy change within for all parties concerned. Okay, next card. I feel so content shuffling these cards. I could do it all day. All right. That's too many falling out. Emphatic yes. That's for you people with the yes, no out there. Yes. It's also a cheer. That's a message from our guides and our angels cheering us on, saying, yes, go for it. Don't hold back. This is definitely the time to be unifying in all that you do today for your own self, for the benefit of your own heart space. All right, we need another card. I can just feel it. We have one of the lovely timing cards out of Angel Answers, in the near future. That's really sweet, because it goes so beautifully with the King of Pentacles. As I said, he's fully grounded in the now, but he's got his eye on the horizon, and he's not leaning too far into it. So just in the near future, he knows that what goes on in the now contributes positively to that. And then this one just fell out for us. Romance. Okay. Yes to romance. Yes to peaceful resolution. Yes to big happy changes. All right. Our last card is going to come from... I think it's sweet that there's some romance in the day. The universe has your back, our affirmation for the day. When I am in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. Yeah. You are the greatest love of your own life there on the romance card, and then that's what you have to offer. Yes, emphatically. And that brings a sense of peace, because when you share from that beautiful, loving space, you just continue to attract more and more of that in all of your connections. So I feel like that our King Sandwich is leading us into that today, to not hold this energy back, this romance energy back. You are the love of your life. Bring that to the table every single time. Pardon. Be in alignment with that, and your peace won't be disrupted, because this is what's going to flow back to you as you share it. All right, everybody. I hope you have a beautiful Magic Monday. Peace, love, joy, blessings to all of you. Do like, share, subscribe here on the channel. Leave a comment if it's in your heart to do so. And again, thank you to all of you who've left comments. I have not replied back just yet, but I have been reading them. So continue to bring it. I love reading them, and so do others on the channel as well. I appreciate you sharing your points of inspiration with us. Peace, joy. Bye for now, everybody.